Hello guys, welcome back to C Sharp part 2, and this is the second part of C Sharp and I think fifth part of our beginner series, in which you will learn what is data and what are data types, what are variables, and how to use variables inside of C Sharp. So without further ado, let's jump to it. As you can see guys, I have opened up the Unity editor and make a script, and which we done in the last video if you remember. So let's open up this script, and in last video I teach you what are the two basic functions of these functions. I mean what is the work of these two functions. Alright, and in this video we are going to learn what are data types and what are variables. So let's start with data types. Basically there are four types of data which we can use in our C Sharp. Number one is float. Number two is integer, and we can also call it int. Number three is string, and number four is boolean. So this is four types of data which we can store. So let's see what is float data. All values in points are called float. For example, 1.2 and 2.1 or 5.1 are float values. Alright, we can also store 1, 2, 3 values in it which are not in point. Alright, so in integer we can just store 1, 2, 3 and so on. These types of values means these values should not contain points. Number 3, what is string? In string you can store alphabet values in double quotation marks, and you can also store integral and any type of value in double quotation mark. For example, I want to store UN, and in this way you can store any type of value in double quotation marks. I will explain you more with the examples, but not now. Alright, so in boolean you can store two types of values, only true or false. So step number 2, what is variable? So you can say variable the box in which you can store value and use it anywhere in game where you want. Alright, so how can we make a variable? Step number 2, how can we use variables and how can we make variables inside our C Sharp coding? So in order to make a variable, you just need to write the name of value which you want to store. For example, I want to store float value and I want to store race value in race of car inside a float. So I will give a name of float to race, and here I will store the value or 100.5. so in this way you can make so we have to put F over here. Alright, otherwise it will give error. So in this way you can make float variables. Alright, so how can we make integer? Similarly, you have to put int and the give name what you want. For example, I want to give it score. I want to save score, so I will make write its name as score. I think it's score. Right, and similarly you can store value here, and the same for string. Just write string and give the name what you want. What we should do, I think for example, I want to store my country name, so I will write the name my country and I will save it. Pakistan, So in this way you can make string variable. I will explain you more how can we use these variables inside of our game, but these are basics which you have to learn before making any game. Similarly, for boolean, you just have to declare a bool and write its name. For example, I want to make boolean for is moving. Alright, and I want to store the value is true.